Hello, everybody. My name is Kamara, and today we are going to be reviewing our second episode of season 2 of Bubble Guppies, aka our first Christmas special. Season 2, episode 2, Happy Holidays, Mr. Grumpfish. In this episode, the Bubble Guppies are celebrating the holidays, and everyone is in the holiday spirit except for Mr. Grumpfish. Can the Bubble Guppies find the one thing to brighten his mood before the holiday party tonight? Now, this episode, I absolutely love it. I actually seen it when it first aired, when I was very, very young, when I was just 3 years old, and it just wouldn't get out of my mind. Everything was just so it was just so festive. When I first heard that Bubble Guppies was gonna have a holiday special, I flipped. I was so excited for the promos that I seen on TV, and I remember vividly the day that this episode aired. I was in front of my TV at my grandmother's house, excited for the premiere, and I was just sitting there and I was just all squealing with delight. And first of all, can we acknowledge that it's snowing in their theme song? It is snowing in their theme song. I will say it again. It is snowing in their theme song. That is dedication right there. And we have little jingle bells in the background. Just, oh my goodness gracious. And then when we actually start the episode, it doesn't actually start off with the title card just yet. And we have Mr. Grouper and Bubble Puppy, and Mr. Grouper's just all bundled up. He's right near the fire, and we don't see the Guppies until the story. So outside of the story, my theory always was that they're celebrating the holidays with their parents off screen. That's always been what I thought of when I was younger. That's always been what I thought. I refuse to believe those parents are dead theories and the Bubble Guppies are orphans. I refuse to believe those type of theories, just like the Backyardigans. Any show that we just don't see the parents in any kid show I've seen, I refuse to believe that the kids' parents are dead. The kids are by themselves. They're owning everything that they have. Their parents are non-existent. Their parents are imaginary. I refuse to believe that theory. You know why? Because if somebody came across that theory and they do have some sort of trauma with losing a parent or two, do you think putting in theories is going to make that person happy, especially with a favorite show that they want? No. Whoever makes theories like that, stop it. Because that can actually cause somebody to have trauma. But anyway. And he just explains to the audience how much he loves the holidays, how much he absolutely loves this time of year. And Bubble Puppy's right there with him. And then he explains to him that there's a story that he knows that somebody didn't like the holidays. And he asks if Bubble Puppy and the audience wants to read it. And of course we do. We ain't gonna miss out on a good holiday story. I mean, come on. We ain't gonna miss out. Mr. G. So of course he reads it to us. And then we see the title card and the whole town is so pretty. It's covered in snow. It's just so pretty, and the Bubble Guppies have their own little things going on. Molly and Gail, they run the mail service. Gobi is the firefighter. Una is the police officer. Dima is a baker, and Nani is a candy maker, and Bubble Puppy's in the story too. And Mr. Grouper, he's the mayor. So instead of being called Mr. Grouper, he's called Mayor Grouper, which I really like that. That's so cute. And then we have, because tonight is a holiday, happy holidays. And I especially love the part in the song where they're like, yeah, sing along. La 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 la. I love the part of the song so much. Okay, I'm good. I just love that part of the song so much. So then while in the song we have Mr. Grumpfish being introduced, and he's not a big fan of the holidays, let's just say. And then after the song, it's 9 o'clock, and then we have Molly and Gil, and they're discussing that Gil only has one more holiday card to deliver, and it's to Mr. Grumpfish. And he exclaims that he doesn't like anything. And then Molly said, well, maybe he might like getting a card. And then she says, I'll go with you, which I salute my girl for that. A headstrong girl with a turbocharged yet scaredy boy. Best of both worlds, baby. Best of both worlds. And then we have Mr. Grumpfish. They give him his card, and then he exclaims that I don't like cards. And then there's this gag where I feel so bad for Gil. Every single time Mr. Grumpfish slams the door, even when my boy's not even near his freaking doorstep, he could be like 20 feet away, and he'll still get snow on his head. Ridiculous. I feel so bad for my boy. And I know deep down Mr. Grumpfish was not meant to target Gil, but come on. Also, not trying to throw shade at Molly, but when they were swimming away to May Grouper and Officer Una, I mean, Molly, can you have just wiped the snow off of Gil? Can't you have done that? Please? I mean, come on. Come on, girl. I'm not saying you better than that, but come on. Come on now. But then we go over to the town, and Gobi putting up the lights. It's just so cute. And then they tell Mayor Grouper and Officer Una about their little experience with Mr. Grumpfish, about how he doesn't like cards, and he wasn't very happy to get it. And then they exclaim that they can't wait for the party tonight, and they can't wait for the party tonight. And a party is a tradition, something that they do every single year. And I like how even though we're not in the classroom, we still have our classroom routine tied into this holiday special, which I love. Maybe because I think that's why this one. I feel like this is why this episode, to me, out of all the Christmas specials we got, this series works the best for me, not just because of childhood experience, but like we're still tied into like our classroom routine. It still feels very, but we're not in the classroom. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I'm trying to not like this episode more just based on nostalgia, but So then we have our question segment about what are traditions, like gifts and putting up lights and cookies. And as soon as Mr. Grouper mentions cookies, my girl Dima comes through being all ballistic. She goes ballistic, and she's all freaking out because she has so many holiday cookies and they need to be done tonight. And my girl crying. She's my ADHD queen. She is my queen. I'm telling you. I get like that when I get overstressed. Like, I'm hyperventilating. I'm huffing and puffing. I'm shaking in my boots. I'm freaking out. That's why I see Dima. For those of you who don't believe me, go look at my video of character discussions where I focus on Dima. If you want, I'll put it in this description below. But yeah, my girl means so much to me. And then she explains that she has so many cookies to make, and then Gil offers to help. And then I like how this episode really focuses on time. So we could basically say, like, not only we have the holidays as our episode focus, but on the side focus, we also have time, which I really like that, We still gotta, even though it's the holidays, we still gotta get some education in people, okay? So then we, and I like how it's like good memory, because the cookies that she's making, they all have to say 8 o'clock because that's what time the party is that night. And, I like that. I really like that. That's really good memory. And then when they finish the cookies, it's lunchtime, and Nani gets oh, by the way, it's I'm sorry. What was the times? I'm trying to remember. It was 11. I'm pretty sure it was 11 o'clock when they went over to Mayor Grouper and Officer Una, and then it was 1 o'clock when it was lunchtime. Sorry, I forgot that. And then after lunch, Mr. Grumpfish, he scares the little fishy. Same thing that he did in the Grumpfish special from season 1. Also, we're gonna get another Grumpfish special from season 1 towards the end of this episode. And then he's looking all upset, and then Molly tries to tell him, "Are you excited for the party tonight? Are you excited for the party tonight?" And then he exclaims that like this hit me hard as a kid. It hit me hard. Like, I don't like the holidays, and slams the door. Like, that thing, it really stuck to me when I was younger. It hit me in the core. That hit me to my core. It really did. It really hit me. It did. And then they don't know what to do at this point, so then they go to Mayor Grouper. And they exclaim that he says that there's got to be something that they could do to make him happy before the night. And then Molly sees the picture of Mr. Grumpfish smiling with a gingerbread house. And then that's when she gets the idea of making a gingerbread house for Mr. Grumpfish, making his whole house into one at that. And okay, Slay, is this Bubble Guppies or Homemakers? Because that is a project right there. That is a project. Not to mention, I did my review of the Backyardigans on my main channel, Escape from Fairy Tale Village, and we have another house in my favorite media that's made out of gingerbread. But I want to know from y'all, who did it better? Who did the gingerbread house better? The Guppies or with Uniqua? Let your girl know. But yeah. And then they decide Molly makes everybody in charge of all the props, of all the things that they need. Dima in charge of the gingerbread, Nani in charge of the candy, and the rest of them in charge of the icing or frosting. And Gil suggests that they use marshmallow frosting. That sounds so mouthwatering good. But then Nani says that there's only one place to get marshmallow frosting from, and it's Marshmallow Mountain. And then he says that that's where the abominable snowman lives. And the Guppies think that the marshmallow frosting is all his. And Mr. Grouper says, no, it's for everybody, but he wants to keep it all for himself. And then my girl Molly, she says, well, we're just gonna have to go up there and get it ourselves, abominable snowman or not. Like, inspirational queen right there. Inspirational queen. She don't care if there's no abominable snowman. They said we swim in our tails up there and get in it anyway. Who cares if he wants to be a freaking who cares? We finna get that marshmallow frosting if it's the last thing that we do, because we finna make somebody happy. And yeah, if you could tell, I love Molly in this episode. I love her. And then the clock strikes again, and it's 3:00. And then that means they only have, sorry, that little pause was just me counting. I can count, I'm sorry. They have 5 hours left before the party that night. So then Molly's joined by Una and Gobi, and they go up there with her to Marshmallow Frosting. And I like the quick wardrobe change. And am I the only one that finds it weird that whenever they go into I doubt it's just, I'm pretty sure in season 1 too, but whenever, because there's CGI, right? But whenever there's CGI selves, they're CGI, but they go into 2D animated vehicles. The only instance where I can't think that they didn't is some episodes in season 1, like Gup and Away, and the Crayon Pre, and I think that's it. That's all I can think of right now. And then the three of them, they all go up to the mountain, and then when they're up there, the abominable snowman. I swear, I know I was doing all that jib jabbering, but he legit scared me as a kid. He did, and all he just says is mine. But yeah, that he really scared me, and he almost got the Guppies, almost 2 times trying to get them when they were trying to get into his marshmallow frosting. And then finally they was able to find this ginormous king and just gushing with marshmallow frosting. Like, that scene never left the back of my mind. It was so mouth-watering looking good. It looks so good. I swear, mostly everything in this episode just looks so yummy. It just looks so yummy. It did. And then I also like how we also get counting because Una exclaims that when they're filling it up, it needs 10 seconds to be filled up to the top. So we have to count down from 10 to 1, which, like I said, even though it's Christmas, that don't mean we need education. That doesn't mean that we don't need education. So, yeah. So, When it comes to the Guppies, they know how to make learning fun, especially during the holidays. And then when they finally get it, when Una's pulling them up, the Marshmallow Snowmans, he gets them, and he pulls them up when they all are just hanging from the part of the hose on the marshmallow truck. And then when they finally get up to him, he's like, mine. And then the Guppies exclaim that they really need it because they want to make somebody happy with it by making a giant gingerbread frosting. And really deep down, the big guy, the big abominable snowman, he's just a real big softie. Sorry for the sirens. I've been really upset about them this whole review. But yeah, they just explained to him that they're gonna make him happy with a big gingerbread house for Mr. Grumpfish. And like I said before the sirens, the big guy's just a real big softie, like, you know. And I'm kind of sad that we don't see him again. I'm kind of sad that we don't. And he agrees to share the marshmallow frosting and also help them get down the hill. And it was just so cute. The little exchange between the four of them was just adorable. And him crying, it broke my heart, dude. It did. And then when they finally go back to town, they got everything that they need. Dima has the gingerbread, Nani has the candy, and Gobi fills the fire hose with a whole bunch of marshmallow frosting. And then they're getting the gingerbread house ready, and it looks so delicious, dude. It really, really does. Mr. Grumpfish is inside. He doesn't know what's going on out there. I also like the scene when with Gil and Bubble Puppy with the gumdrops. Bubble Puppy's taking it for himself, and then Gil's like, "What the heck? I thought I had more gumdrops here." It was too funny. I love it so much. I love it. And then when they finally finish, Molly knocks on the door. And the minute she does, Mr. Grumpfish just slams the door on her. He just slams the door. And once again, my boy Gil is covered in snow by his hat. And he wasn't even near the house. Like, come on. We ain't gonna do my boy that bad 3 times in a row. Come on now. Come on. And then the Guppies think that it's no use. And I don't want to say that they walked out on Molly, but I mean, they did come back, but something's telling me that the Guppies walked out on Molly. Kind of my critique that I had back in Can You Dig It in season 1. When the Bubble Guppies, when the rest of the Guppies just leave Nani a bit upset that he didn't find a real dinosaur bone when they went to go play with Bubble Puppy. But that's a story for another day. Well, actually not another day because it's on my channel. But yeah, you can go watch it. But anyway, it's finally 8 o'clock and it's time for the party. So the Guppies all swim off, and then Mr. Grouper says something that I really like. And he says, "You go ahead to the party, Molly. Mr. Grumpfish will come out when he's ready to." And I like that. Not her leaving, but, you know, if somebody is upset or not in the mood to talk or do anything, you know, just let them be. They don't always have to be surrounded by people to make themselves feel better. Sometimes they just want to be alone. So I like what he said. And then my girl, I can't compliment her enough. She gives the most heart-throbbing speech I have ever heard from anybody when I was just a little kid. She says, she explains that Mr. Grumpfish is going to miss everything. The cards, the presents, the cookies, everybody in town is going to be there. And that's what she said, something I really liked. The holidays aren't about all that jazz. It's about being together. It's about being there for one another. And Mr. Grumpfish should be there like he should be. Like, if that is not queen of improv right there, she genuinely cares. She didn't, like, I know it seems like everything she did with her friends, it didn't just seem like she wanted to get Mr. Grumpfish out of there, just to get him out of there and be happy. No, she genuinely wanted to get Mr. Grumpfish out of there because she wants Mr. Grumpfish to feel the holiday spirit, to feel happy. She doesn't want him to feel alone. And that is my girl right there. And then Gilly starts humming, and then the rest of the Guppies hum, and then they sing this cute little carol that finally gets Mr. Grumpfish out. And then when he gets out, he looks at the gingerbread house, and then he starts laughing. Same thing from season 1, Grumpfish special, and also with Dima. And the same thing with Dima when he opens his mouth and he blows her hat off her head. Like, I love that so much. I love that. Oh my goodness. I love that. Also, we're going to see that again in season 3. But y'all just wait. But, and he finally smiles. And he says, "Happy holidays." And then he says, "It's time for the party." And then they all swim off to have their holiday fun. And it's just so cute. And then Mr. Grouper takes a picture of them. And Mr. Grumpfish is smiling with all the Guppies behind his gingerbread house, which is actually a house. And that's the end of our episode. So overall, I love this episode. I watch it every single year. If it's not airing on TV, because Bubble Guppies is still airing reruns, I will go on Amazon Prime and watch it on any streaming service I get. This episode really gets me into the holiday cheer. It does, mainly because I have so much sentimental value because I seen it when it first aired. So it's just everything about this episode. I loved it. The scenery, the songs, the message, just it was perfect, and I loved it so much. So much. It just meant so much to me. It means the world to me. I love this episode. That's why it's getting a 10, because I love it so dearly much. It's so nice. I love it so much, dude. I love it so much. I really do. I really do. I love it. So, with all that being said, great episode, great Christmas special. I loved it. So, tune in to me next time as we'll be reviewing our 3rd episode in this season. Season 2, Episode 3, The Lonely Rhino. See you all next time, and happy holidays.